it just shows you how far we've come. Like, we would have lost that game last season. I've been at Old Trafford. You see it. We would have lost that game. We would have crumbled. We came back in. Meslier had an unbelievable game. It's just one of them nights, guys. We can't be super critical of this team. We've been flawless at home. We're still unbeaten since the Brighton game. This is one of them nights.
We need to be happy for the draw, you know. We need to actually say, you know what? That was a great performance, second half. And the reason why I say that is, bro, the Man United of old, absolutely capitulate, and get battered in that game, bro. Like, how we left with anything is testament to how far we've come, because I didn't see it.
Because the crazy part is about the game is we didn't even look like scoring. Like, even when we was 2-0 down, we weren't even getting into situations where you go, all right, maybe if such and such, Ganacho had a couple opportunities, but especially second half and with the way the goal went in, because that's a deflating goal to concede, because it wasn't like it was a piece of individual magic from Leeds. Talking about the second goal, it deflects, hits Varane, and it's an OG.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of them.
To be fair, when we scored that 2-1, I knew we were coming back. I just knew it. It was just a question of time. And bro, the chances we had, bro, we had like one every 2-3 minutes, bro. We had the pin back. They made their substitutions, but bro, even Varane had a chance, bro, where he could have scored. If that was a striker and he heads it a bit more downwards, it's a goal. Do you know what I mean?
It's a goal.
So what for me, though? I'm not going to be too. It's a testament, like Rand said, it's a testament from where we're coming from. If this was Man United last season, 2-0 down, we probably lose this game 3-4-0. Let me be honest, because the heads would have gone down. We would have made more and more mistakes. No belief in each other, moaning at each other, and that's
people pointing the blame at people, each other. That's what it would have been.
Lisandro carried Varane yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, Varane was a bit dodgy yesterday.
That first goal was on him, you know. I'm sorry, but that's on him. I know Bruno lost the ball, but that weird thing that Varane was doing, he asked the ball 3 times off De Gea and then just passed it sideways. Like, what were you doing? I saw that specific highlight today, and I was like, what was Varane actually doing? He went to De Gea, asked for the ball a first time, then played it wide to Dalot, got it back from Dalot, then he asked for it again, played it wide again. Then he asked for it a third time, tried to play it to Bruno. Bruno then lost the ball, and then that's how they scored. So I'm like, Varane yesterday, he looked very dodgy, man, and I don't know.
Varane looked horrible, but you know what that was? That was the lack of a ball playing number 6. So Varane was trying to play out, and
I hear that.
He looked so uncomfortable trying to do it, but he was trying to pass forward and that and be progressive, but it's not his game, innit? Sabitzer and Fred, neither of them were dropping deep to receive the ball. Like, neither of them are comfortable receiving the ball facing our goal. Do you know what I'm saying? So Varane was trying to overcompensate, and like he got found out. Like, I mean, it's not his fault. Like, do you know what I mean? That's not his game. Do you know what I mean? I thought Martinez should have been stepping out more, but for some reason Varane ended up with more of the ball. Like, that's just kind of how the game went.
I love Varane, but I still think his limitations on the ball can be, when the game is low block, I just feel like he can't step into midfield and just make that pass. Listen, Varane has been amazing. Like, as a defender, he's amazing. But I still think in the summer we need a Timber. I don't know if it's going to be I don't know who's out there. You know what I mean? Kim J from the Napoli. I don't know, but we need someone maybe to kind of complement Lisandro a little bit. And I don't think it's reaction. I just think it's just overall kind of looking at it from a standpoint. But for me, I want to pick up on the substitutions for me, Okay. I think it killed the game, the second one. Was it Malacia and Lindelof? I know we didn't have the options, but man, would you not have just taken like Dalot and Sabitzer just to carry on a little bit? Because was it only 5 minutes?
The reason why he took Sabitzer off was the booking. That's why he took Sabitzer off, the booking, and Dalot wasn't having his best game and is not fully 100% fit. I'm not really looking at those two. I think the bigger issue Ten Hag made, and we touched on it already, was not starting Rashford on the left-hand side. That's why I think is a bigger issue than them subs.
No, but you know what it is, though? I disagree with you, Flawless. Because at that game, United were at that mad tempo. And I think when the substitution came in, I just think it deflated everything, man. It just kind of like, Leeds got back into their shape. Midfield had no zip about it. You know what I mean? Because I think we were on the front. We were on the kind of, I don't know. I just thought, that moment, I was like, Lindelof, is he going to do like who was on the bench? Was Kobe Mino on the bench or anyone else?
Exactly. Yeah, Kobe Mino, you're throwing in a kid because what happens is if we keep going the momentums with and then Sabitzer gets booked again,
maybe
it's one of them. I get what you are saying. You know what I'm saying, and it's like hindsight's a beautiful thing because if he stays on and then Sabitzer gets sent off, not only, and then we go on and lose that game or drop points, is then, all right, who plays against Leeds away?
Yeah,
If we have no
maybe the
Sabitzer.
bigger picture. Maybe you're
It's
right.
maybe, and even with Dalot, I think if Dalot's fully fit and at it, Dalot stays on. But one, he didn't have his best game. Two, it's his first.
He
game
grew
back.
into the game, though.
He grew into the game, and the cross for Rashford was quality header as well. By the way, both great goal. Even the Sabitzer and Palestri, they played their parts in that as well. So I think that's what it was. What was what that's shown, and the subs we're talking about is the lack of quality.
Yeah,
in terms of options. Lindelof, we're chasing the game, and Lindelof and Malacia are our options. That should never happen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Kobe Mino is our other midfield option. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have another striker on the bench. Yeah, we didn't have another striker on the bench. Obviously, Sancho's back. You're throwing on Palestri, who's not even made his full debut for us. Ten Hag, he's got one hand, he's fighting with one hand tied behind his back. These shouldn't be his options. He should have better. Yeah, he got some stuff wrong, but he should have better options than that. Palestri's our go-to guy when we're chasing the game. And that's no disrespect. Like I said, he's not made a full first team debut, and he played his part in the goal. Sancho, who's just come back. So it's tough. Like you said, maybe you're not wrong in what you're saying. It's just more so options. But yeah, Sancho was good. He was
Sancho, bro, he's sharp, man. Bro, let me tell you something about Sancho. He is sharp, man. He's gonna be the second half of the season, bro. I'm excited, man, for Sancho because he looks like he's ready. Like, you know, the way he just came in, and I just think for me, like to carry the ball forward, you know what I mean? His give and go with Shaw was quality, bro. Like he's got the fire in his belly, man. And I think for me, he could be a vital asset. For me, I'm going, and this is no disrespect to Weghorst here, but I go with Sancho, Rashford, and Anthony on the right.
Sancho
against Leeds. Sorry, no, Sancho on the left, Rashford through the middle, and then Anthony on the right. That's what I'm going for.
I'd do the same thing, but I'd have Sancho as a false nine. I'd do Sancho as a 9.
The only situation I look at
it work for me at all.
For me, Bruno is not going to compliment Weghorst all. No way is he going to compliment. Every single time he keeps lumping the ball.
Bruno don't compliment anybody, but carry on. Go on. He's so bad. He don't compliment, like he's... that's a whole different conversation. Sorry to cut you off, Saeed. Carry on.
Listen. I think for me, you know, with the Bruno situation, I don't know what it is here, but he's not giving us the number 10 role that we need him to. He keeps going wide, then he keeps going on the right. Like I said, that's his part of his game where he's so erratic. But I would go with that front three on Sunday, just purely, and then we can have Weghorst off the bench. But I'm not buying into this thing that Weghorst is rubbish and whatnot, and the fact that, you know, why do we buy him and whatnot? Because I just think there's no service for him, and I'm not blaming Weghorst one bit, man. Like, he's got no service, and then all of a sudden,
Weghorst needs to start, bro. I'll be real. Yeah. Like, the reason why we score these goals in the second half is because we're playing with tired legs and mobile players. If we start the front three without a focal point, we'll struggle, bro. I'll be real. Like, it's easy to look at the three and the second half and be like, oh yeah, cool. We scored when that happened. Bro, we scored when that happened because Weghorst ran himself into the fucking ground, and the team are used to dealing with one kind of threat, and then we changed the threat, bro. Like, that's what happens. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you've heard the manager speak about it as well. They were used to somebody coming short, this, that, and the other. Now you got to worry about someone running in behind. It's a different thing to worry about as a defender. Do you know what I'm saying? If Weghorst had stayed on the pitch, the amount of fucking crosses we put in, he probably would have got a hat trick. Because we decided to start crossing the ball when he left the pitch, which I didn't understand. But maybe that was just a change of the balance. But starting without a real focal point doesn't make sense to me. Rashford down the middle does not hold the ball. Like, when the game's open, mad open, and it's end to end, you can get away with that. But when you're playing a game that's quite cagey and stuff like that, like Rashford, through the middle, it's pointless, bruv.
I think it's at times for that. Like, and Rashford's been our best attacker. That's why I want him playing in his best position, which is out left. Whether it's Weghorst. Thing is, with the Weghorst criticism, I don't understand. Average player plays average, and people criticize him. We know his level. That makes no sense. Average player plays average, and people get at him. We know what Weghorst's level is. Nobody said when we signed it, Weghorst is a good player, he's a great player, he's exceptional, he's going to do this, that, and the third. He solely relies on service. And when we play the ball up to him, more often than not, it sticks and he lays it up. We don't cross the ball for some reason. That's a whole different conversation. But I understand what Weghorst offers. So yeah, whether it is Weghorst up top, I do want to see Sancho through the middle at some point. That's what I would prefer to go with, but we'll see. I really want to see Sancho as a false nine. I think he could really thrive there. Even though he did play very well wide left. He was a constant threat. Great outlet.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, again, like I said, the service is one thing, but players just need to trust his ability. I don't think the players trust his ability, man. Don't know what it is, man. I don't know if they're trying to mock him or something. I don't know, man. But they need to trust it because the amount of times he was frustrated saying, play me through. Like the players. But this is, again, another testament as to why Anthony is so key in this team. A lot of people want to like talk down on him, but he's so key to Ten Hag's system. And I said it, I think like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and people were like, oh, what are you doing? He doesn't get enough assists. No, it's about the system of how we play, man. Like the fact that he's possession-based and he likes to hold on to the ball and he creates chances for other people and he links up play well. This is what Weghorst likes.
That's his fucking job, innit? Like, at the end of the day, yeah, the average football fan cannot appreciate what Weghorst does because these people only care about the final action, innit? Like, I can see what he gives the team, and we don't have another player in the team, yeah, apart from Martial that can bring players into the game, bro. And he does it very well, and he very, very rarely loses the ball when it gets played into him. That's his job, to link play. So people will only give him credit when he's scoring goals, yeah, but he does so much, yeah, off the ball and on the ball, outside of scoring goals, yeah, that I think it's a disservice to call him average because he picks up the ball in very tight situations, in pressurized situations, and he makes it look very comfortable, bro. Little flicks around the corner, holds it, brings people in, and he's a big guy, yeah, but no one's talking about his heading because he's very good on the floor. So to kind of dismiss him as a footballer, I think is disrespectful, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's not like he's losing the ball.
Yeah, he's not losing the ball.
It's the image that people have in their heads, isn't it? It's the image that people have in their heads. They see a tall, strong player, automatically they associate. They see a tall player, automatically they associate that with power, with strength, heading the ball. Except, no, have you watched him play? That's not his strongest attribute. He can do that. He can do it, but it's not his strongest attribute. Look at all the goals that he scored at Wolfsburg, bruv. It's ball into feet, in the box, finishing. Yes, when the cross comes in, he'll be at the front post, heading it in or giving it a little touch, scoring goals. But who said that he has to be strong and powerful and a bully? And who said that? It's this idea that people have when they see a player, just like with Anthony. They see Anthony, winger, skillful. Not even skillful, forget the skills. They see Anthony winger, so automatically in their heads it's goals and assists. Who said that? He was never a prolific goal scorer at Ajax. He wasn't. Ask Ajax fans, they'll tell you.
He wasn't.
But what he brought to that team was balance. He scored important goals. Yeah, I'm thinking about one game where they were tying like 3-3 or something, and they won 4-3, and he was the one that scored the winner. He was scoring important goals, yes. But
he contributes defensively.
And he contributes, yeah, but he's not a prolific goal scorer. He's never been that type of guy. So what makes you think that because he comes to Manchester United for that price tag, that all of a sudden he has to become a 20 goal player a season, 20 goal a season player? Who said that? I arguably think he's never going to be that, but he's going to contribute
because that's not his game.
That's not his game. But what Ten Hag wants, that's what he gives. What Ten Hag wants Anthony to contribute to the game, he brings that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's people have to take away this idea that they have as soon as they see a player and think, oh, this is how he is. It was the same thing with Pogba. People kept talking about the physicality and bro, have you seen how tall the guy is and the technical ability that he has?
Toure and all these other players that he plays nothing like.
I've seen a little clip on Twitter. It must have been 2 days ago where he scored that solo goal against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park.
Yeah, that was a massive
and the commentator was like, "Oh, what a powerhouse! Bruv, have you seen the guy's technique? Talk about the technique, bro, that it takes to be dribbling, to glide all through these players and then score the goal. It takes technique.
Oh, we know that, innit?
You know what it is, man. When you're IC3, it's PMP. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's not intelligence.
Always.
When it's IC3, it's PMP. It's not technique. 100%. It's not the intelligence. You know what I'm saying? It's none of that. It's not.
That's what they kept saying against Everton. You know what I mean? The free midfield. You know what I mean? But Gareth is actually good good footballer. I like Ghana Gay. So it's
Nana can ball. You know what I'm saying?
Nana can ball.
Like, yes, obviously from his stature, that's what catches your eye at first pause. You get what I'm saying? And that, like, of course, 110%. But man he's not like a dunce with the ball at his feet.